Next, I think just a second. Yes, yeah. I think screen is share now. Okay, here we go. Okay, fine. Here we go. Okay, let's of course we'll continue with the discussion on the sequential circuit design. So last class we discussed design using JK flip flop. That is for this this kind of circuit, sequential circuit design. We took one example and we saw how the circuit is designed. Similarly, we'll take one more example now and we'll discuss the design. Of course, not using state diagrams, as I said, state diagrams, of course, necessary, but it's not part of our course. So we are not going into the design of into the state diagrams. Okay, before we continue, there is one small concept called as catching ones and zeros in master slave JK flip flop. So let me discuss this quickly and then let me jump to the registers. What is known as catching uh, zeros and ones. What is this catching in zeros and ones? Let us understand with this example. Okay, because now what is the problem in SR flip flop? When the inputs are 0 0 or 1 1, okay, in one of the condition, depending on whether it is constructed using NAND gate or NOR gate, okay. So for one of the input combination, output is indeterminate. Okay, indeterminate, or we can call it as invalid. Okay. So for one of the input combination, it depends on whether we construct using a NAND gate or a NOR gate. Okay. Yes. Now, to overcome this, we go for what is known as a JK flip flop. Okay, JK flip flop. In this JK flip flop, when the inputs are 1 1, the problem what we face is what is known as a race around condition. We have what is known as a race around condition. Race around condition means output continues to change as the clock pulse are applied. Inputs are not changed. Input remains constant, but output changes the state as the clock pulse is continuously applied to the flip flop. Okay. To overcome this, we have a we go for what is known as a master slave JK flip flop. In this, we have understood that there is a master and there is a slave flip flop. So what happens is that uh, the idea of a master slave JK flip flop is that the flip flop together as a single unit should trigger only on either positive edge of a clock pulse or during the negative edge of a clock pulse. Okay, either, not both. Okay, fine. So, for example, we'll take one example. If let's say master flip flop triggers on the positive edge, okay, positive edge, then there is this is positive. Clock pulse for the master is positive because it is a positive edge. Positive means negative for the slave flip flop. That should not trigger. Somebody got it. Okay. Okay. So slave should not trigger. Whereas when the clock pulse goes from pos- positives to no, positive to negative, that is called as a negative edge. Then master will be disabled, whereas slave will be enabled. Okay. Okay. Slave will be enabled. Now what happens now is that when the okay. So when the clock pulse, okay, let us say for example we'll take one initial condition. Okay, let us say initially the q is 0, q bar is 1. Okay, initially let us say q is 0, q bar is 1. Okay, let us say j is 1, j is set to 1. Okay, what will happen is if you trace this, I'll explain what is the purpose of this these two NAND gates, AND gates, sorry, AND gates. So when j is 1, k is 0, what happens is that this input is 1. So 1 is the output of the first NAND gate and 0 is the output of the second NAND gate. So S input is 1, R input is 0. Okay, so accordingly, QM is set to 1, Q bar becomes 0. This happens during the positive edge of a clock pulse. Positive edge of a clock pulse, during which time, yes, the slave flip flop is in the off condition. Okay, but because of what happens, that during the pulse period, what is pulse period? When the clock pulse is high, during this period, okay, let us say, for example, due to some disturbance in the circuit, let us say input J changes to 0, for example. Okay, so what will happen is the output of the NAND gate becomes 0, which will force the QM to become 0. Okay, and when the clock pulse becomes negative, then output of the flip flop, the slave flip flop, becomes 0. What is expected was, initially, since the J input was 1, output of the flip flop, that is QS, was expected to be set to 1. So now what we have to do is, the master should trigger only on the positive edge of a clock pulse. Later on, that is during its on period, no matter what is the change in the input J and K, output should not change. Okay, so for this, okay, we have the same problem exists for 0 also. So we can discuss the same issue for the 0 also. That is when when the initially the output is 1, then this is 1, this is 0. Okay, so this will be 1 and this will be 0. Okay, so output of the first NAND gate is 0. Okay, now when the K is set to 1, for example, let us say K is set to 1, J is 0, for example, one of the possible condition. So what should be the output of the second AND gate? The output of the second AND gate is 1. Reset condition says output should be 0. Okay, this is fine, this is as expected. But again, because of the clock pulse, disturbance in the circuit, which will force the J input to set to 1, for example, the output of QM becomes 1, which will force the output of the slave flip flop to set to 1. Initially, it is expected to be set to 0. It is expected to be set to 0. Okay. To prevent this problem, what we can do is, okay, uh, okay, here we can observe in the clock clock timing waveform. This is the clock pulse during this point of the rising edge of a clock pulse. Basically, it is a rising edge of the clock pulse. Master is turned on because it is a rising edge. Slave is turned off. That is, slave is isolated from the master. So what, though it is a single unit, what is expected is that master should be enabled in the rising edge of the clock pulse. Slave flip flop should be totally isolated. When the clock pulse reaches almost 90% of its maximum value, master data inputs are enabled. Okay, as it is, observe this, the idea. Okay, if master is enabled during the initial period, okay, what will happen is data will be latched to the master flip flop. Data will be latched to master flip flop. That is, this somewhere here. This is the point. This is very, very important. At the first point itself, that is somewhere at when the clock pulse is 10% of the maximum value. Let us say we are applying some input. This will change the output, for example. Okay. Now during this period, that is when the clock pulse is just 10% of the maximum period. Output of the clock pulse, what should be the output of the NOT gate? Okay, it is close to 0. Output is when we take the NOT of this, it's close to 1. Okay, so because of this, slave is enabled, and this input, whatever we apply to the master, will be transferred to the slave. Okay, so and hence, but since we expect the flip flop to trigger only during the positive edge of the clock pulse, master should not trigger till it reaches the point 2 of the clock pulse. That means until it becomes positive edge, until it reaches the maximum value of one logical one, the master should not take the input, should not catch the ones or zeros. Catch means should not accept the input logic 1, logic 0, which is applied to the input of the clock pulse. Point 3. Okay, that is during the on period of the clock pulse, the master should not change its state, even though the input changes the state. When the point 3 is reached, the master data inputs are disabled. Okay, that is, this input is isolated. That is, J and K input applied to the master slave JK flip flop is isolated. So thereby, only the output of the master is applied as input to the slave flip flop, thereby preventing the output of the flip flop changing its state when the input of the flip flop changes the state. Okay. So when the point 4 of the clock pulse reaches, data are transferred from master to slave. Till that point, there is, if you observe the clock pulse, till it reaches the point, let me pick another color, till it reaches this point, somewhere very close to the, negative edge, okay, slave is still disabled. Okay, when it reaches negative edge, slave is enabled, so that the output of the master is applied as input to the slave, at which point the input of the master is disabled, means it does not affect the circuit. Basically, that's the idea. It doesn't affect the circuit, thereby we can say that, the changes in the input will not affect the output of the master slave JK flip flop. Okay, because in this case, one more observation is that, quick observation is that, this AND gates. Okay, instead of directly applying, for example, let us say inputs are 0 and 1, instead of directly applying it to the S and R input, if you AND it with the previous stage, let us say initially it was 0 and 1, initial state, you can take any initial state for that matter. This input is 1, this input is 0. Okay, this will force the K input to 0. And of course, in this case, in this specific case, did I rate it properly? Okay, I've taken 0 and 1. Okay, 1 and 0, no issues. Okay, no issues. So S input is also 0. S input 0, 0 means no change in the QM. I'll take one more, possible case so that we can understand. Let us say this is 0 and 1. Initially, Q is 1, Q bar is 0. Okay, that means this input is 1, this input is 0. Output of the J flip flop is 0, and this R input is 1. Okay, guess what is S and R? If S is 0 and R is 1, Q is set to 0. Okay, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. Yeah, correct. Q is set to 0. QM is set to 0. Okay, so thereby this AND gates 1 and 2 will help in fixing the J and K input based on the previous state of the flip flop. Based on the previous state of the flip flop. Okay, instead of making it dependent on only J and K input, we are making it to change as the previous output of the flip flop changes depending on the previous flip flop. Okay, because otherwise, for example, for the same case, 0 and 1, 1 and 0, this is 0. Okay, so this will make sure that this is 0. Even otherwise it was 0 anyway. This is 1, even otherwise it was 1. Okay, observe this now. Now let us say this K changes to 0. This K changes to 0. This input becomes 0. Let us say this Q dash changes to 1. This becomes 1. J still it is 0. Even though Q dash changes, this first output of the first AND gate does not change. It still remains 0. But K changes. The input for the R input of flip flop changes from 0 to 1. Sorry, 1 to 0. It will change from 1 to 0, but the J input still remains 0. What is okay when it K changes, when the R input changes from 1 to 0 and J is still 0, that means 0 0. What is 0 0 for a SF flip flop? No change. QM does not change. No change. No change in the input of the no change in the output of the master slave JK flip flop. Okay, so thereby we are making sure that this arrangement of two AND gates at the input of the master slave JK flip flop will make sure that the output of the master flip flop does not change during the positive cycle of the flip clock pulse. During the positive cycle of the clock pulse. Okay. But when it goes to negative, when the clock pulse becomes negative, this will trigger the this will isolate the master flip flop because it is turned off, and slave flip flop is enabled. When the slave flip flop is enabled, no matter what is J and K input, output is independent of J and K input. It depends only on the output of the master flip flop, not the input of the master flip flop. That's how it is. Okay. So this is what is called as a, because there may be a question on this, catching ones and this is what is called as a catching ones and zeros. Okay, catching here the timing diagram it is explained. Okay, QS here J is, let's I'll explain this one, this concept. J is 1, J is 1 here, okay, and K is 0, K is 0, QM is 1, QM is 1. When QM is 1, QS is not supposed to change the state, because only the master should change the state, not the slave. But the slave is also trained to catch the the output of the master, which is which is being set to 1. Whereas in this part of the timing diagram, what we can observe is, observe this, when J is 0, okay, for example, K is 1, okay, QM will change the state from 1 to 0, okay, and QS is still 1. See, observe this point, yes, observe this point. QM has changed the state, but QS does not change the state. The same thing here. QM changes the state, but QS remains same. It does not change the state. Whereas in these cases, what will happen is, as the QM changes the state, because of catching 1 and 0, QS is also changing the state. Okay, it will catch. Catch means it depends on the input. Whether if it is 1, it will catch 1. If it is 0, it will catch. Catch 0 means it will change the state. That's the basic, uh, fancy word, catching ones and zeros. Okay, fine, done. Okay. Next is, guys, they will continue with the design of this sequential circuit. Sequential circuit we discussed last class with one example. So let me quickly discuss that example. Um, yeah, state table with this with the feedback also we discussed. Clock sequential circuit. Okay, this is the edge triggered flip-flop. So here the characteristic table we have to understand, so that it is easy to design the what is called as sequential circuits design procedure. Of course, the procedure is explained in detail. So we are discussing with respect to character state table. Okay. Okay, so we have come across what is known as a state table. First, let us see what is this state table. Present state of the input A and B for a given flip-flop. Next state, if the present, if the output is 0, initial condition is, these are initial conditions. Okay, if it is initially 0, what is the next state of the flip-flop? Initially, if it is 1, what is the next state of the flip-flop? This is what is called as a state table. State is, states of the flip-flops, because here we don't call it as a the uh, no truth table. Okay, this next we have what is known as a excitation table. Okay, what is the excitation table? What is the difference between state table and the excitation table? Let us understand with respect to this this diagram. Of course, last class we discussed this. In this case, this is the sequential circuit. Output of the sequential circuit is fed back as an input to the combination circuit. Combination circuit has its own external input, it has its own output, and the output of this combination circuit is fed back as a input to the sequential circuit, so that we have a feedback. This combination circuit, designed last class, as we saw one example, design of the combination circuit. The input for this combination circuit, which comes from the sequential circuit, has to be designed based on the requirement, for which we consider what is known as the excitation table, where this input, which is applied as an input to the combination circuit, is responsible for changing the state of the combination circuit. That's why this kind of a table is called as a excitation table. State table, this in this table, this part is excitation, sorry, state table. This part, what is this part? Present state, input, three variable function. What is three variable function means? How many combinations? 2 power 3, 8 combinations, 0 0 0 0 0 1 0 1 0, like this, up to 1 1 1. For this present state of the flip-flop and for a particular input, what is the next state? This forms the what is known as state table. For this state table, if we design based on the output, based on the output of the flip-flop, if we can design the input for the combination circuit. Okay, because by the way, in this table, if you observe, two part of the combination circuit is there is present. If you see the diagram again, yes, here it is. Okay, present state of the that is output. Present state of the output means a dash a, b dash b, for example. If it is applied as an input to the combination circuit, okay, then this becomes the input for the combination circuit. From this we generate a output of the combination circuit. For that, we can identify it as KA and JA. Why it is KA? Because this is A flip-flop and this is B flip-flop. Okay. So the input of the A flip-flop is KA. K input is for reset, J input for the set. Okay. So similarly for a B flip-flop, the input is KB and JB. But this KA, JA, KB, JB are coming from output of the combination circuit. Okay, whereas the input for the combination circuit is nothing but the output of the sequential circuit. There is a dash, similarly b and b dash. Okay, so based on this, in the excitation table, here it is. Okay, the input for the combination circuit is the present state of the flip flop, or present state of the flip flops, multiple flip flops, depending on the requirement, multiple flip flops. And the, okay, what is this input base? The combination circuit will have additional input. If you can observe the diagram again, okay. So this combination circuit has an additional. It may have, it may not have. It depends. No, this is optional. Okay, and this is also optional. Output of the external output from a combination circuit is also optional. Okay, so thereby these two conditions. Okay, that is present state of the flip-flops, plural, because the multiple flip-flops applied to the combinational circuit along with the actual external input of the combination circuit acts as a input for the combination circuit. Based on this, we can decide the next state of the combination circuit. This part corresponds to the state table. This we can call it as a state table. Along with this, what is the output of a combination circuit? In our case, we observed, KA, JA and JB, KB. So this forms the output of the combination circuit. Okay. So these are applied as an input for the flip-flops. This becomes the input for the flip-flop. This kind of a table is called as a excitation table. Okay. So there are different function table, excitation table, state table, truth table. We come across so many tables, so it's confusing, which is for what, so we should not have a confusion. Okay, so that's why. Okay, now I think this example we discussed. Which example we discussed? I think. Okay, no problem. Let us see. This was one of the example. So for this excitation table, how do we design a sequential circuit? Okay, so this excitation table has these three as an input. This is a three variable function, and the outputs are these are the outputs. How many outputs are there? This because output means outputs of the combination circuit, because we are designing a combination circuit. We are not designing a flip-flop. Flip-flop is fixed. The only thing is we have to take a decision whether we use a JK flip-flop, or we use a D flip-flop, or we use a T flip-flop, or we use RS flip-flop. Okay, it's just a flip-flop is a selection. We select a flip-flop. We don't design a flip-flop, but we have to design a combination circuit. Okay, how to design? Okay, so for this we have to consider the input of the combination circuit. Input for the flip-flop, which is coming from the output of the combination. Because just like in a normal truth table, okay, let us say the inputs are A, B, C. Let us say the output is Y. Okay, so for some input combination is ones and zeros. What we do is we simplify this using a K-map or some simplifying technique that we realize. Okay, so for a combination circuit, we have to consider the outputs of the combination circuit, or in this case it is a simple Boolean expression or circuit defined using a truth table. In this case, it's a truth table. Okay, so thereby the output of the circuit is important. Similarly, output of the combination circuit. So thereby, when we want to simplify the truth table or this excitation or design this combination circuit, we have to consider the output of the combination circuit. So outputs of the combination circuits are these four are the outputs of the combination circuit, for which we write the K-map. Okay. Now in this case, what happens is that how do we get this K-map? Let us quickly look into that because okay. Now what happens is that, I'll take one example, one output, so that we'll discuss one output which is applicable for other outputs also. Okay, so for 0 0 0, for example, it is JK flip flop. Okay, if the present state is 0 0 with the input of 0, what is the output of the flip flop? Next state should be 0 and 0. Okay, yes, one more point what we have to observe in this case is, observe this in this diagram. J and K are the inputs. A is the normal output. A dash is the complement of the normal output. Okay. When we take the output, we should not take A dash. It's not necessary. It's understood that both are complement of each other. Okay. And in the JK flip flop, we don't have the indeterminate state. Why? Because there is overcome in case of a JK flip flop. That's why we are going for a JK flip flop. Okay. So instead of considering both A and A dash, we'll consider only A for A flip flop, and we'll consider B output for the B flip flop or second flip flop. Let us quickly look into that. Yes, here it is. Okay, so now when the inputs are 0 0, present state means present state of the A flip flop is 0, and if the input is 0, next state should be 0. How do we know the next state? Okay, that is, here it is. Present state of the A flip flop is 0. That means it is applied as 0 to the combination circuit. What this input should be 1, because it is complement of that. If, for example, B is also 0, then B dash is 1. External input, if it is 0, what is the requirement? Requirement is that A and B continue to be 0. This part of the table, let's look at this. Next state is the requirement. Next state means when this is the condition, when present state of the flip flops are 0 0, and if the external input for the combination circuit is 0, we expect the next state to be 0. One more example. Present state is 0 0, and if the external input is 1, output of the B flip flop should be 1. A should be 0. This is what is expected, just like, the expression is given, F is equal to summation of, 1 4 5, something like this. This is expectation. This should be the output of the circuit. Similarly, this should be the output of the sequential circuit for this combination of input. This combination of input means when the present inputs are like, when the present state are like this, what should be the output? Depending on the external input X. Okay, so we'll take one more, we'll look into one more. Let us take one sample output, and we'll discuss for that. Okay, so 0 0 present. Okay, let us take A input 0. If present state is 0, okay, present X input is 0, output of the flip flop should be 0. Output of the flip flop means JA should be 0. What about KA? There is, guys, here it is, KA. Yeah, there is the output of the combination circuit JA should be 0. KA, what should be K? This, if you observe this, JK flip flop, the output is Q and Q dash. Okay, 4 possible combinations: 0 0, 0 1, 1 0, 1 1. 0 0, no change in the output. No change in the output. 0 1, Q is set to 0, Q bar becomes 1. 1 0, Q is 1, Q bar is 0. 1 1, we have a condition called as race around condition. Okay, so thereby, if J is 0, let's observe this part of the table. Observe this part of the table. If J is 0, K is either 0 or 1. K is either 0 or 1. What we expect is A should be 0. That means if initially Q is 0, it should remain 0. If Q is 1, it should be reset back to 0. It should be reset back to 0. Thereby, this condition of K, which is 0 and 1, we take it as don't care. We take it as don't care. J should be important. J is very, very important. Why? Because J should be 0. If J becomes 1, then it has a different situation. It has a different situation. Okay, so JA should be 0, output JA should be 0. It doesn't matter what is KA. Of course, we cannot say it doesn't matter, but initially 0 0 no change, 0 1 also, Q continues to be 0. That is, A continues to be 0. For us, what is important is A. So thereby we take KA input as don't care. Okay. I hope that point is clear, guys. So what we take in this truth table is output of the combination circuit is K is don't care. We'll take one more example. Let us understand. Okay. So when it is this is also same situation. This is also same. That is when I'm discussing only for J. Discussing for J. Let us take one condition. Let us say some other condition. Let us take this condition. Yes, let us take this condition. Present state of the A input is sorry, A output is 1. Okay. Okay, external input is 0. Then next state should be 1. Next state should be 1. What should be J input and what should be K input? Okay, let's observe this. I think I erased that even one. I erased. Okay, I erased. I have to write again. No problem. Input J K. Okay, Q and Q bar. Okay, 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 1. Okay, this is no change, no change. This is 0 and 1 1 and 0, race around condition, race around condition. Okay, now observe this. If the present output of the flip flop is 1 and we want the next state is also to be equal to 1, then what should be J input? This is the point. This when the Q output is 1 for this condition Q output is 1. Okay, what is race around condition, guys? Race around condition says if the clock pulses continue to apply, it will change the state. That is, it will change the state from 0 to 1 and 1 to 0. That means it will take state 1. That's very important. It will take the state 1. Okay, so thereby if the okay, now for output to be 1, there is Q to be 1, there is these two conditions, Q to be 1. What should be JA? Let's observe this. Just a second. And try to change the color if possible. Okay, observe this. JA is actually 1. JA is actually 1. Now this J is 1. What should be K? To force the Q to be 1, to force the Q to be 1, the only possibility is that K should be 0. K should be 0. Why? Because if K becomes 1 and if J is also 1, it will go to race around condition, which is invalid, which we should avoid. Okay, which somehow we have to avoid this race around condition because it will continue to change the state when the clock pulse is applied, which we don't want to happen. Okay, so what should be the K condition on K? K should be 0. K is fixed at 0. Now, if K is 0, then if you observe the first and the third condition where K is 0, and J will change, J is either 0 or 1, J is either 0 or 1, output J continues to be 0. Whereas, for example, in this condition, when both are 0 0, this is no change. No change means it may be 1 or 0 possible. Okay, if Q is if Q is 0, it remains 0. If Q is 1, it remains 1. Okay, so thereby what is the requirement is that to force the output to set to 1, to force the output yes, Q to set to 1, that is A in our case. What is the requirement is that KA should be 0, JA can be either 1 or 0. So based on that, we can take it as a say. As long as it is don't care condition, we can assume it to be either 1 or 0. That's why we take it as a don't care condition. We take it as a don't care condition. Okay. So thereby, yes, that's how we have to write this table, this part of the table for all possible initial condition, for all possible present state and external input. We have to write this the character output of the combination circuit and this we have to simplify using K-map. Okay, so let us quickly, of course, this we are right based on the next state of the flip flop, based on the next state of the flip flop. Okay, so when we write the yeah, here it is, K-map for the that excitation table is a three variable function. The number of cells in the K-map is 8. Okay, so we get the expressions as J is equal to Bx dash. X is the external input. Similarly, K is Bx, JB is X. Similarly, KB is A exclusive or X dash. Sorry, A exclusive or B whole dash. Okay. Now, when we apply, when we write the sequential circuit, it is something like this. Oh, yeah, here it's given better. This is better. Okay. A exclusive or X the whole dash. Okay. Yeah. Here we go. There is XNOR gate. It is nothing but XNOR gate, because complement of XOR gate is the XNOR gate. Okay. So when we write the sequential circuit, so what we are basically making use of is K and JK flip flop. Okay. So outputs, observe this. The author has not written this B dash and A dash. It's not necessary. Okay. That's how it is, because we are considering feedback as only this equations as only the normal output. Say none of the four equations has complement of the outputs. Here it is B, here it is B, and here it is A. There is no A dash and B dash. Okay, so that's why the author has left out this to mention B dash and A dash. Okay, there's an intention. Okay, anyway, because it doesn't affect the circuit operation. X is input. We need X dash, so that's why we're using a NOT gate. Okay, so for the first flip flop A and this is the second flip flop B, you can call it as 1 and 2 anyway. Okay, so the inputs are J is B X dash. The J input is B X dash. Okay, so the one input is B, the other input is X dash. Similarly, for this is the first AND gate, this is the second AND gate. For the KA, the input KA, output of the combination circuit KA, this is KJ, this is um, sorry, I wrote, just a second. This output is JA, and this is KA. Okay, so this is the first AND gate, this is the second AND gate. The input for the first AND gate is one is X, and the other is the feedback, that is B. Okay, so K is equal to BX. K is equal to BX. What is JA? J, the inputs are one is X dash, and the other is the B. Is it B, guys? Yes, it is B. Okay, so the input of the second AND gate becomes X dash into B. I'm not able to. B into X dash. Okay, what about this XOR gate? Is the inputs are one is BX and the other is the A. There is the A exclusive or X the whole bar. There is XNOR gate. Okay, so thereby XNOR gate is used. This is XNOR gate. So we get that output is applied as an input to KB. This is KB input. Whatever JB input is straight away X. It is equal to X. It is equal to very simple. Okay. So thereby what we have to understand is sequential circuit design, including clocked sequential circuits, clocked sequential circuit. We consider what is known as a excitation table. So part of the excitation table is called as a state table. Okay. Okay, that's okay. Yes, the question is, how do we know this X? What should be this X? X is nothing but a three variable function 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1. So accordingly, this X will change. This LSB of the three variable function, X is the LSB, A becomes the MSB of the three variable function. Very simple. Okay, we should not be wondering, where this X comes from. Very simple. Okay, so next state based on the input and output of the combination circuit based on the present state and the next state. Okay, so that's about sequential circuit. Okay, this is the circuit diagram. Design with D flip flop or design with okay. This D flip flop is simpler. In fact, the author explains here. D design with sequential circuit using D flip flop can be shortened if you utilize the fact that next state of the flip flop is equal to its D input. Compared to JK input, D is simpler because because it's quite straightforward. In JK flip flop, we have to bother about this J and K both input, Q and Q dash. What is change? This is quite complex. D flip flop is very simple. Okay, what D flip flop says? Present state if is zero, output is zero, and complement is 1. If present state is 1, output is 1. Very simple. Okay, so thereby with D flip flop, let us quickly look into one problem. So this is the state table for the D flip flop. Okay, so let us say this is the present. Again, it is a three variable function a b x. X is the external input, a and b are the present state. Next state of the flip flop is ab, and this is the output. Okay, output from the combination circuit. This is the output from the combination circuit. How do we write this? Very simple. 0 0 0. If present state is 0, next state should be 0. Okay, similarly for the b input, if b flip flop, second flip flop, present state is 0, next state should also be equal to 0. Okay, what is the output? I think the circuit is given. Just a minute. Yeah, here it is. This is with the D flip flop, correct? D flip flop. The output is okay. This will come to the circuit later. Okay. Yeah, here it is. The output should okay because output is applied to just a second. Y is from the Y forms the output of the combination circuit. Y forms the output of the combination circuit. Okay. Yes. Next, we'll take one more example. 0 0 1. Okay. Present state if it okay. Present state if it is 0 for A, next state is 0. Fine. Okay. But for B, what happens is that if the present state is 0, okay, and if the input is 1, next state is set to 1, so that the output is also 1. But how do we get this is from this equation, guys? Okay, that is output is 1 for these two combinations, that is 1 and 5. Output is 1 for two combinations. Observe this. This is 1 decimal 1 decimal 1, and this is decimal 5. This is decimal 5. Okay, 1 and 1. Okay, for other combinations, output is 0. Now, what happens for DA? That is flip flop A, because this is combination circuit. To this, the D flip flop is connected. D input, two D flip flops are connected. Okay, so we are applying D input as D, and the output is Y. Output is Y. Just a second, I will take the screenshot. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Yes. Okay, here it is. Okay, so thereby, if you observe how many outputs are there in this combination circuit case, we can call it as this 1 and 2. So this is K. No, let's call it as where we used to call it as KA and KJ. Okay, here let us call it as K1 and K2. No, it should not be K1 and K2 anyway. We can call it as D1 and D2. Let us make it simpler. This is, let us say, the output of the combination circuit is D1 and D2. And the output of the combination circuit is Y. Okay? So this Y, if you observe this diagram, let us quickly, I'll quickly to the page so that, okay. So we have two inputs, B and, two inputs of the flip flops, B and D. It is applied with the clock pulse. X is the external input for the for this is the combination circuit. This is the combination circuit, and this is the sequential part of the circuit. Okay, sequential circuit, and this is the output Y. Okay, so thereby for Y is 1 for decimal input of 1 and 5. For other combination, Y will be equal to 0. This is the condition. Okay, and the next part is the input. Somebody is on the line. I don't know. I'll have to check. No. Next 2 more minutes. I'll wind up this. I'll wind up with this. Okay. Next, yes, here these are the equations. Okay. DA. There is the next state. Let's see. In fact, it is explained here. Okay. For this, It is not necessary to include the excitation table for flip-flops DA and DB. DA is the A of T plus 1, that is next state of the output. And similarly, DB is the next state of the flip-flop, which we can obtain from the present state. Okay, flip-flop input functions can be obtained directly from the next state columns A and B and expressed in the sum of minterms form. Okay, so when we write sum of minterms form, there is this combination. Okay, for example, DA, this is DA. Okay, so let us observe this combination. For what conditions it is 1? Okay, 0 1 0, it is 1, that is decimal 2. This is decimal 2. Similarly, next is this one, decimal 4, decimal 4. Next is decimal 5, DA. I'm talking about DA. And next is 111, that is no, not 11, sorry, this is 110 decimal 6. Similarly, we can write it for DB. We can write it for DB. Okay. Now, one more point here is that we'll take one simple example. For example, if the present state is 1 and if B input is 1, okay, if B input is 1 and X is also equal to 1, then A takes the input as output. Either A retains its state and B also retains its state. One more combination is, let us take this example. When both are 1 1 and if the X input is 0, output is 1 1. When both inputs are 1 1 but X is 1, output is 0 0. Okay. Similarly, any other combination, let us say 1 0 0 1 0. Okay, I think this we discussed. Huh? Okay, if the input is external input is 0 and if the present state of the A flip flop is 0, next state will be 1, and for B, if it is 1, next state will be 0. Next state will be 0. Yes, anyway, this I'll take one more example and we can discuss, because once we know the output, we can straight away simplify using the K-map. But for K-map now, how many? Because we are designing the combinational circuit. What are the outputs of the combinational circuit? One is in this case it is a DA. I think D1. I think they call it as it is identified as just a second. DA and DB, correct? Two flip flops, because combination circuit is connected to two flip flops, A and B. A and B. The output of the combination circuit, which is fed as input to the these flip flops, are identified as DA, DB, and output is Y. So we need three flip K maps to simplify the output expression. This is the output. This is the output expression. When we simplify this using K map, we get the expressions as this expression. Here we don't have a don't care Y. Here we don't have don't care because D flip flops, there is no ambiguity, because if the present state is 0, output is 0. Very simple. If present state is 1, output is 1. The problem in case of a JK flip flop, if J is 1, if K is 0, one state. If J is 1, K is 1, one more state. There is a possibility that we can take K as don't care. The don't care comes into picture. Okay. In D flip flop, it is very simple. There is no question of a don't care. We straight away we get the expressions for both DA, DB as well as Y. And the output can be written as output. It can be realized using the basic gates. So combination part is realized using the basic gates, that is AND gate, OR gate, and XOR gate. And the sequential part is D flip flop. As I said, flip flop part we don't design. We only select. We select a particular flip flop. Very simple. Okay. D flip flop is better compared to JK or SR flip flop. This combination circuit we have to design. There are two possibilities. We can design using simple basic gates or using the NAND gates. Yes, I'll continue with this. So I'll take one more example in the coming class. Design with unused states. No, better not to discuss this. Unused states now. With using SR flip flop, logic diagram with SR flip flop. Previously designed. Okay, previous state diagrams we are not discussing this. Okay. Okay. Yes, next class we'll take one example and then we'll jump to what is known as a counters, because according to syllabus we are we have to discuss here it is registers, counters, then comes the ripple counters, and then comes the shift registers. Okay. So before we go to shift registers, we have to be clear with the counters and various types of a counters. Okay, we'll discuss this in little detail. Yes. Okay. Thank you. Thanks for joining us. See you in the next class.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.